Oh, that is a crazy hairstyle. Okay, so I just finished, hopefully, the first season. We get another one, hopefully, of All Become Villainess, who goes down in history. 12 episodes. You can watch it on Crunchyroll. Before I say anything, to the creators, fuck y'all for that cliffhanger ending. No, don't play with me like that. Anyway, so it's become pretty popular lately for the whole reincarnated into an otome game type of thing, and that is our premise. But the difference here is there's also like a subgenre of this type of thing where like they're reincarnated as the villainous. I love all of those. But this one, usually it's like it goes like, oh fuck, I'm the villainous. How do I get back to my real world life, whatever the fuck it is? Or how do I avoid death? Or exile? Like how do I avoid whatever bad thing is going to happen to said villainess? And yeah, this is pretty popular. Here it's they do a little bit different take where she's just like it starts like right away, which is nice because sometimes it feels like it takes forever for any isekai, reincarnated, transmigrated, what have you story to fucking get started. Like they'll go down like their life, and usually it's not even really interesting. Like the first thing that comes to mind, where it's not like a reincarnation, it's more like a transmigrated type of thing. But I'm not an expert, but basically, isekai is when you're transported to another world, and usually you're either reincarnated or like summoned or transmigrated. Now, if you're reincarnated, that means you die and then you're reborn in that world. If you're transmigrated or you're summoned, you are taken from your world when you're still alive and somehow get to the other world. But yeah, I think there's another anime on Crunchyroll. It's not the greatest, but I still enjoy watching it. Is Death March to the Parallel World Rhapsody. Or is it, wait, it's Death March in the Parallel World Rhapsody. Just type in Death March on Crunchyroll, you'll fucking find it. And it takes like I think 8 minutes to like get started. It's not even like an interesting like I get if it's gonna influence like how you see the character, like explaining what their life is like if something dramatic happened or just how their personality formed. But the problem is in Death March, I didn't read the source material, so it could just be way better and just not done right in the anime. I don't know. But like it's 8 minutes and I don't give a fuck. Like it's literally it's very common for like the whole work to death at a company thing. And the guy was like a game developer or something like that. I don't know what specifically his job was. But and of course, you know, he's overworked and then he goes to sleep and wakes up in this game world, other world thing. It's never really like they don't really tell you because we don't know if he died because one, we're never shown. Oh, he died, he reincarnated, or he was summoned, or what? No, he just passes out after overworking himself and then just fucking wakes up in another place. And it's showing similarities between the games he was developing, but he feels pain. So like, it's never explained what the fuck is going on. If he died, there's no summoning circle. We don't know how he fucking got there. Anyway, the point is, the first 8 minutes are boring as fuck. It's literally just like, hey, I'm going to eat lunch. Hey, my name is so-and-so. I'm so-and-so years old. I work at this place. I'm overworked. Okay, did I really need 8 minutes for that 1 minute summary? Like, you know what I mean? Where was I going with this? Oh yeah, and yeah, in this show, there's none of that. It's pretty fucking quick. Like I think within 3 minutes, we don't explain like what her life was. It was just like she was playing an Otome game, and she never really identified with like the female protagonist. She didn't hate her or anything, but she just this whole super goody two shoes thing just didn't sit right with her. She couldn't really agree with it. And then the character she really liked was the Villainess. She liked how what was it she liked? Right, it was like basically we get like a couple like game screens, and then her saying that like I never really identify with the protagonist. I really liked the Villainess because I liked like how prideful she was, and and so hence the name. She wants to become a villainess, or yeah, I'll become a villainess because it's down in history. This like she kind of explains it, but also it's still kind of vague what the fuck that means. So, but basically, she kind of wakes up as like I think she's like 7 at the time when she wakes up, and she remembers thinking like, oh yeah, I like if I was gonna be reincarnated, I'd want to be the Villainess, and so she is reincarnated as that Villainess that she liked from that game. And then she's she likes to push her limits. She likes to get stronger. She likes to just you're gonna hear my dad's getting up, so you're probably gonna hear the sister Fluffin start walking. So if you're wondering why there's a banshee in the background, that is my sister dog. And you're like, what the fuck is that? That sounds stupid. No, sorry, it made me laugh because I was thinking sister, cousin, brother, sister. No, it's my mom and dad's dog, so she's my sister. Yeah, I love her, but every time she gets up like fucking clockwork, as soon as that door opens, and then she'll keep doing it until my dad lets her out. Then she'll stop. I'm like, okay, great. Now I can hear again. So I apologize. Headphone users beware. Anyway. So yeah, she wakes up as like I said, I think she's 7 when she wakes up, remembering thinking about those things, and then she, unlike most people who attend in this genre, would be like, oh, I gotta get back to the thing, or oh fuck, how do I avoid this? She's like, I'm gonna be the greatest villainess ever. I'm gonna go down in history. I'm gonna be so badass. And basically, she likes the whole super prideful, noble, stick to your ideals no matter what type of thing. I'm not putting into words, sorry. I'm not very good at that. But yeah, and it's kind of just her enjoying it. Like, you know how you really like it? Okay, like a lot of people won't recognize this. But oh god, I know the right word for this. Like it fits, but it doesn't. Because I'm not an expert on it. But it's very, if y'all have heard the word chunibyo, like, she's a little like that sometimes. Not as cringeworthy, but she is pretty cringe. I don't know what I'm doing with my hand. But yeah, she it's like a fantasy, like it's just taking place in the world of like a dating sim, and there is a little bit of romance, but for the most part it's not. But anyway, like the protagonist is Liz Cather, and basically the story in the game was that she's the saint, but she's also a commoner. Only nobles can have mana and use magic, blah 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 blah, and everyone loves her. And our main girl, Alicia, she's the Villainess, becomes Liz's watcher. So essentially it's kind of like her job to kind of subtly steer Liz, who is the saint and the protagonist of said story, onto the right path. Like, putting it simply, Liz, the saint, is an idealist. And our girl referred to her once as having quite the lovely flower field in her head. So she's a good person, but she's very naive and idealistic. And Alicia, our Villainess, main character, is a realist. So it's kind of her job to be like, okay, you can have the flower field lady, but like, this is what's realistic. You want to save the world, great, but like, here's what we can actually do. It's kind of like subtly push her down that like slightly realistic, like, it's basically kind of like to help her, guide her to not be super naive or realist, and like a little bit more realistic, so she can become the same. And I actually think they did a really interesting thing, because I kind of have an interesting thought process on like the whole saint thing. Like, I don't know. I don't mind Goody Two Shoes characters to an extent. I do not like the sickeningly sweet ones. The ones I like that are like the good characters are like, a good example is from my favorite anime. That time I got reincarnated as a slime. Again, great anime, and also again on Crunchyroll. I have not seen the latest season, but I think I like to see. The last I saw was the whole Octogram, Demon Lords. That's where I left off. Anyway, where he's like, he does do good, but it's not because of like, I need to save everyone and I'm the good guy and I'm the fucking protagonist. It's like he wants to help people, so he does what he can. It's not a they need to be saved. It's a, I like this person, I don't want them to die. I want to do this for my own reasons. It's not because simply they are the protagonist, therefore they have to be good. It is, I like characters that are good, but they have their own reason for doing things. They're not just a fucking goody two shoes, rainbows out the asshole type of character. They're just, they didn't lose sight of their own interests, and being good just kind of like a side effect. You know, like, you know what I mean? So Liz is kind of the overly naive, innocent, super nice to everyone, to the point where you're like, for the love of God, shut the fuck up. Like, she's not the most annoying character I've ever seen, but like, she's a pretty good representation of a little bit of annoying. So like, I can understand why some people be like, this chick is annoying. So yeah. But I like the way they kind of did it for why things are the way they are. Like, why she's so well liked, why this and that. So yeah. They do kind of leave off, like I said, on a cliffhanger, and that made me say, fuck you. But, oh, that was mean. Like, you know, you get those cliffhangers that, like, it's super subtle. It's not even like a super dramatic thing. It's like, they leave you with like a pin drop moment, and you're just like, oh, fuck you. You know I'm gonna have to come back now. Fuck you. Oh, like, fuck you in the best way. Like, you, like, it was a good drop off, but at the same time, like, it was very abrupt. And I think it kind of works, but like, again, it also makes me want to be like, fuck you. But yeah. But anyway, so yeah, it's, I could redo the description, but like, I don't have the best eyesight, so you're gonna see a lot of squinting. I'm gonna try to do the thing. Oh god, I could read a couple of these words, but like, the text is super small. There's no way for me to enlarge it, and I also don't have glasses or contact lenses. I haven't tested my eyes in a very long time, but yeah, my eyesight is pretty shite. So, you know, instead of reading it to you, I could just screenshot it and then upload this to CapCut and then put it up as an overlay, instead of being like, try to read you that. But yeah, basically, oh shit, I didn't mean to do that. Okay. I exited off the page on Roku without removing it from my watch list, because it helps me like know what I have watched and what I haven't. Okay, there we go. Remove from watch list. Thank you. Okay. But yeah, essentially, it's just, it's fun. She's a little cringeworthy, but it's kind of an endearing. She's cringeworthy, but in an endearing way. Yeah, like she just kind of found the villainess cool, and so unlike in others, you know, this type of genre, this type of scenario, type of things, where the protagonist is usually trying to desperately get out of said villainous role, whether that's getting back to their own world, waking up, whatever the fuck they think is going on, or you know, escaping the consequences. Another really good show, again, that's also on Crunchyroll, is why can't I remember the name right now? All Paths Lead to Destruction or something like that. It's been so fucking long. Wait, can I? I could probably. No, why am I doing? It's literally in my watch list. I just have to. It'll take me a while to find it though. Why are you loading? Stop that. It's like the little loading wheel. I'm lying, but I'm not doing anything. What the fuck are you talking about? I'll have to screenshot that too. I never finished the second season of it. Even I just get distracted by other things. I know what the picture looks like. Where are you? Found you. Okay, yeah. My next life is a villainess. Oliver is slated to do. That is right. Yes, my next life is a villainess. Oliver is slated to do. Where she's reincarnated again in an Atoma game, I believe, and she's the main villainess, and there are two endings, and there are multiple villainesses in the game, but she is the main villainess, and essentially all the good roots. There's the Banshee. No, we can't do anything about it. I know you're like, then why don't you just let her outside? I don't know what it is, but in the morning it has to be my dad that does it, or she will not go. She will not stop barking. You can probably get my dad. I know. Anyway. You can tell they're going through the living room, and then you'll hear him bitch. And then the door will open and you'll hear it get subtly quieter as she goes outside. Okay, there, at the door. He's putting on his shoes. Hey! I don't want to talk over it, I'm sorry. But yeah. There we go. She's in the breezeway now. All right, now she's outside. She's coming outside. Yeah. And then a similar one. Okay. Suppose I was saying was she's So she's in this one. Then my next life is Villainess Oliver to Lead to Doom, which is very similar to this show. Is again, except she is. We know she died, and then she was reincarnated here, and then she tripped and fell, smacked her head, and she woke up and then remembered her past life and that she's in an Atoma game. And then, as the title said, Albert's Lead to Doom, the best scenario for this villainess is exile. The worst, all the love interests kill her. So she's like actively trying to like gain skills because she knows she's gonna be exiled no matter what. Best case scenario, she's gonna be exiled. She's like, okay, I'll learn how to do this. I'll use my earth magic to learn how to like farm or some shit. So that, like, even I'm not noble anymore, I'm exiled, I can go survive. I'll be fun on my own, you know. And yeah, I don't know why I was comparing them, but yeah, both of them are very similar. Both of them are very good. But with this one, where it's kind of like only really one love interest, the anime I'm talking about, this video is for the all the villains that goes down in history. Okay, there's only really one love interest as far as I know. And then in My Next Life is Villainous Oliver Lead to Doom, there are multiple love interests. And the ending for the first season made me laugh because it's so stupid, but it works with her characters. Like, this is any other anime, this would have annoyed the shit out of me. and a lot of people, I'm sure. But the way they did it, it makes sense because if you think about it, it makes sense for her as a character, as her personality, not like the villainess that she was supposed to be, but like her as a person, it makes sense. In the situation, it makes sense why that would be her thought process. Not like, oh god, it's the idiot that doesn't notice anything. It's like, no, it's not just because she's an idiot. It's because she has to worry about other things. She's not worrying about the fucking love interest for, alright? She's worried about not dying. So it's not going to occur to her that anyone likes her. Like, makes sense. But anyway, yeah. Both these animes, super fun. Both are on Crunchyroll. I highly recommend them if you like comedy, romance, kind of like reincarnated villainous, dorkiness. It's a lot of fun and I love them both so much. And I need to go and watch Villainess again. I'll virtually again. I think I literally have the page up right now. Sorry, I just drank coffee and made the burp, I'm sorry. You know how you try and do like that silent burp, but sometimes it's not as silent as you want it to be? I'm sorry. That's what happened. So yeah. Yeah. I don't know what to say about them. But I'm looking forward to the next season. If there is one. I fucking hope there will be, because otherwise that was a middle finger to the audience without ending. But yeah, I'm gonna go drink the rest of my coffee. My milk. My coffee flavored sweet milk. If you know, you know. Anyway, yeah, I like hot scratch reviews. Bye. Okay, so hopefully I'll remember to stitch this, is that the term? In editing. So I did a review for the first season of what's it called? It's like I'll become a villainess who goes down in history on Crunchyroll. So I'm dumb. I said at the end of the review, I was like, I didn't like the way it cut off. It was very abrupt. Well, no shit, Sherlock. Because it wasn't the final episode. I said that about episode 12. I didn't know there was going to be a 13th. Which would actually be the last episode of the season. I'm dumb. So I was like, what? Like, it was so abrupt. Like, how you would, like, end an episode and, like, cut. And then, like, you go to the fucking commercial or whatever. And then you come back next week to see the new episode. Yeah, I don't know why. Usually what I do is I go to Wikipedia, right? Not Wikipedia. For the longest time I pronounced it Wikipedia, now it's Wikipedia, I don't know. Again, no idea what's wrong with the lighting. Yeah. But, I go to Wikipedia and then I'll check, like, the anime or whatever I'm watching, I'll type in the name. And, I'll go down and scroll into, like, a little information box on the side, which is usually, like, the cover of the thing, and then, like, a little information box, and then, you know, the rest of the page. And it'll usually say, like, the date of when it was started to air, and then when it stopped airing, and then I compare that to the date of, you know, what day it is today, and usually, because I'm a little late, I usually don't watch the day of the first couple episodes I do, then I'll, like, go off in La La Land, whatever the fuck else I want to do, and forget about it, and then come back, because I like to stack up episodes I can binge watch. But I forgot to do that. What the fuck? I was like, is my cat in here? Because then, like, someone was fucking around with the boxes. It was like that weird, like, you hear the noise, like, what the fuck? And it's like your house is settling, or like it's not actually a thing. You just, I don't know. Yeah, that's what that noise was, I think, because she shouldn't be in here. Last I checked, she was in the kitchen eating her food while I grabbed my ice cream. So I'm not doing anything. I don't know why it does this. See, I thought it was the thing, and usually, like I said, I go to Wikipedia, and I forgot to do that this time. So I was very confused why it was so abrupt, and for some reason, often no thoughts head empty. It didn't occur to me that, well, it's abrupt, maybe there's another episode. I don't know. Usually I'm like, okay. Like, usually it's pretty obvious if it's the final episode because of the way they'll leave it off. And it was so abrupt, so I was so fucking confused for a second. It really should have taken me, like, half a second, and like, oh, it's probably another episode. I'm an idiot. So yeah, it's. I mean, it does leave off, but definitely in a much better way. This is just my fault. I was purely the moron in this situation. It didn't cut off abruptly. It cut off normally, like it should for the first season. If we get a second season, I hope so. Awesome. But yeah, so please ignore that part of the review. Just me being dumb. Okay, thank you. Like how scratching music. Bye.